Let's be real. Sometimes you just want to block out the world and lose yourself in a killer solo experience. No multiplayer stress, just pure gameplay. If you want unmatched single-player masterpieces that are genuinely worth your time, these 12 are mandatory.
You're a dead man walking.
If you think roguelikes are just frustrating loops of dying and starting over, Hades will completely change your mind. It manages to do something almost impossible. It makes dying actually fun. Every time you get sent back to the House of Hades, the story naturally progresses, your relationships develop, and you unlock devastating new weapon aspects. The combat is absolute lightning, sharp, responsive, and insanely chaotic as you stack divine boons from the Olympian gods. One run, you're a shielding powerhouse. The next, you're an aggressive, teleporting glass cannon. It is the perfect blend of addictive, twitch reflex gameplay and a genuinely brilliant, witty narrative. It's impossible to play just one run.
Murderer, definitely not.
Murderer! Murderer!
Sometimes you just want a game that tosses realism out the window and focuses purely on looking impossibly cool. That is Devil May Cry 5. The mechanical depth here is staggering. You're constantly juggling enemies in mid-air, swapping between Dante's massive arsenal of weapons on the fly and ripping through demons with Nero's motorized sword. The game literally grades you on how stylish your combos are, turning up the heavy metal soundtrack the better you play. It's loud, it's fast, and it rewards creativity and reflexes like nothing else. If you want pure, unfiltered character action dopamine, the Sons of Sparta still wear the crown. Most sequels just give you more of the same. But God of War Ragnarök did something much riskier. It gave Kratos a conscience. Therefore, every brutal swing of his axe carries a completely different kind of weight this time. You aren't just fighting to survive the Norse apocalypse, you're fighting to break a multi-generational cycle of violence. But peace is a luxury the Aesir gods won't allow. By splitting the gameplay between a father desperately holding onto the past and a son sprinting toward a dangerous future, the game ensures the pacing never lets you breathe. It's a masterclass in narrative tension. But as heavy as this emotional wreckage gets, it's got nothing on the psychological nightmare of our number 6 pick.
I can check.
Or even one with an engineer. This drone won't be bothering her anymore.
Insomniac already perfected the feeling of being Spider-Man, but this sequel straps a literal rocket booster to the formula. The web wings are a total game changer, letting you glide through the New York skyline at breakneck speeds that feel utterly intoxicating. Swapping dynamically between Peter and Miles keeps the momentum fresh, especially when Peter gets corrupted by the symbiote suit, unleashing heavy, aggressive alien attacks that contrast beautifully with Miles' high-voltage bioelectricity. The combat is fluid, the cinematic set pieces are massive, and the boss fights feel straight out of a summer blockbuster. It is pure comic book wish fulfillment, executed at the absolute highest technical level.
Onboard scanner. Handy. How you looking?
This gunship won't quit!
I'm right behind. Defenses!
What do you want?
Sliding into number 8 is Capcom's absolute sci-fi masterpiece, Pragmata. After years of anticipation, it completely blew expectations out of the water. Dropping you onto a surreal, dystopian lunar surface alongside a mysterious girl named Diana, the game delivers an experience that is unlike anything else out there. The puzzle combat mechanics are incredibly unique, forcing you to use gravity manipulation and futuristic astronaut gear to survive mind-bending encounters. The RE engine visuals are photorealistic, and the mystery of the world keeps you utterly hooked from the opening minutes. It is bold, completely original, and a must-play experience for anyone looking for a single-player game that takes massive creative risks.
On it. We're so close. Just a little bit more.
All right. And kick it.
Fuck me.
Capcom is on an absolute tear right now, and Resident Evil Requiem is a masterclass in modern survival horror. Serving as the terrifying 9th main chapter, it completely reinvents the RE engine to deliver an unmatched level of cinematic realism. The atmosphere is suffocatingly tense, dropping you into a world where every shadow feels alive and dangerous. It strips away the slow, backtracking tediousness of older games and replaces it with relentless, high-stakes momentum. You are constantly managing crowd control, scrambling for ammo, and fighting off terrifying new threats that will genuinely test your reflexes. It is dark, brutal, and proves that Capcom still completely rules the horror genre.
Giant puzzle box.
You know, I do have a question. When's the last time?
Where am I? We didn't mean to startle you.
This game doesn't just let you explore an open world. It gives you the literal keys to break its physics engine. Tears of the Kingdom took the brilliant exploration of Breath of the Wild and turned the entire sandbox into an engineering playground. The Ultra Hand and Fuse mechanics let you build everything from weapon fusions to fully functional flying death machines. You aren't just following a checklist of waypoints. You are actively outsmarting the developers to solve puzzles in ways they didn't even anticipate. It is pure, unfiltered, single-player freedom that respects your intelligence and rewards your absolute chaotic creativity.
All except you and your sister, that is.
Expedition 33 came out of nowhere and completely redefined what a modern turn-based RPG can be. The concept alone is brilliant. Belle Epoque France meets a dark, apocalyptic quest to destroy a painter who literally paints death into reality. But what makes it a masterpiece is the gameplay loop. It blends tactical, turn-based strategy with real-time parries and dodges that keep you constantly engaged. The visual art direction is breathtakingly gorgeous, and the narrative stakes are incredibly high. It took the gaming world by storm for a reason, winning massive critical acclaim and proving that classic RPG mechanics can feel intensely modern and cinematic.
Cheekiest pup of them all. You'd best have one hell.
Calling Baldur's Gate 3 an RPG feels like an understatement. It is a literal simulator of pure choice. No other game on this list respects your freedom quite like this. Every single problem has dozens of solutions, whether you want to talk your way out of a boss fight, sneak past using a polymorphed cat, or drop a giant stone statue on your enemy. The companion characters are so incredibly well written and reactive that they feel like actual people traveling with you. It is a massive tactical epic that completely ruined other RPGs for people, because the level of freedom and consequence here is absolutely unprecedented.
Bloody clever clogs!
From Software took their brutal, unforgiving formula and opened it up into the greatest open-world map ever designed. Elden Ring doesn't hold your hand with ugly map markers or annoying tutorial pop-ups. It just points you at a massive golden tree and lets you suffer your own way. The sense of scale here is dizzying. You can explore a tiny cave and suddenly stumble into an entire underground cosmic city. The combat is precise and demanding, but the sheer variety of builds, magic, and spirit summons gives you the tools to overcome the madness. It is a masterpiece of dark fantasy exploration and hard-earned victory.
As I awaited its return.
Crimson Desert delivers one of the most stunning, hyper-realistic open worlds we have ever seen. You play as Cliff, a mercenary navigating the brutal, war-torn continent of Pywell, and the game makes you feel every single ounce of that gritty survival lifestyle. The combat here is heavy, chaotic, and incredibly cinematic, blending visceral swordplay with wrestling moves and environmental takedowns. It seamlessly transitions from quiet, breathtaking exploration across snowy mountain ranges to massive, full-scale castle sieges. It is a dark, sweeping medieval epic that perfectly balances a deep, emotional character study with some of the most intense, high-impact action on the market.
Lieutenant, the Grey Mane.
I see.
Yeah.
Should you extend your mercy to save my family? After my mother died, I've been living with my father.
Taking the crowned #1 spot is an absolute triumph of pure kinetic action. Black Myth. Wukong takes the legendary journey to the West Mythos and turns it into a relentless gauntlet of some of the most creative, jaw-dropping boss fights in gaming history. Playing as the Destined One feels incredibly fluid. Your staff combat is fast, rhythmic, and heavy. But the real magic is the spell system. Freezing enemies mid-air, creating a horde of clones, or literally transforming into a defeated boss to turn the tide of battle feels incredibly empowering. It is a beautiful, fast-paced, and demanding single-player masterpiece that keeps your adrenaline redlined from start to finish.
Here I go!